children, welcome back to online classes. Today our topic of discussion is artificial vegetative propagation. Now this means of vegetative propagation is usually done by agriculturists and horticulturists. It is done in order to improve the quality and quantity of plants. So here are mentioned some common methods of artificial vegetative propagation. These are cutting, layering, grafting and micro-propagation. So we will be discussing about it one by one. Now we will discuss about cutting. It is a very common artificial method. We take a cutting of a mature stem of a parent plant. It should be a node. It should also have an axillary bud. Now we will place this cutting into a moist soil for few days. After some time we see that the roots have developed and it grows into a new plant. So cutting may be a piece of a stem, it may be a piece of a root or a leaf. The new plant which is formed will be exactly similar to the parent plant. Common examples are rose, bougainvillea, China rose. Next we will discuss about layering. It is a method in which lower branch of a plant is pulled towards the ground. A part of it is covered with moist soil and it is the leaf tip, this tip portion is exposed. Only this portion is covered into the moist soil. We find that after few days root starts developing in this node region. So now the branch will be cut off and it can grow as an individual plant. This kind of vegetative propagation is known as layering. It is commonly found in plants like jasmine. Now next we are going to discuss is grafting. It is a method in which cut stem of two different plants, one with the root, other without roots, are joined together in such a way that it produces a new plant. Now the cut stem having the root is known as stalk, and the one which is without the root is known as scion. The lower end of the scion and the upper end of the lower end of the scion over here and the upper end of the stalk, they are both cut in slanting manner. The scion is then placed over the stalk. The cut surface of the two stems are fitted together. While joining the stalk and the scion, the cambium of both the stems should be close together. Now cambium is a lateral meristematic tissue which will help in the increase in diameter of the plant. Now what we will do is we are going to bound it tightly with the help of a piece of cloth or a tape, and we will leave it like this for some days. We will find that these tissues join and form a new plant. This type of grafting method is usually done in plant like mangoes. Now we will discuss micro-propagation. It is the propagation of plant by the tissue culture technique. So for this, we will take a small part of a plant, usually the root tip, it can be a shoot tip or even a bud can be taken. Here we have taken the root tip. Then this part is then put into this part is known as the explant, and this will be put in cell culture in nutrient medium. So we see that the cells of the explant will keep dividing and they keep on dividing till they form an undifferentiated mass of cell. This is known as callus. Now these cells are then again regrown in another nutrient medium, and this nutrient medium have plant hormones. Now these cells now start differentiating into root, stem and leaves. This small plant is known as plantlet. Now this plantlet, when it is sown in the ground, it gives rise to a new plant. This type of propagation is commonly found in orchids, chrysanthemum. So these are the various means of artificial vegetative propagation. Now we will be discussing the advantages and limitations of the tissue culture. Now let us discuss the advantages of plant tissue culture. First is that it produces superior varieties of plants. It is a way of producing plants, very, very rapidly. Next is that it can be applied to interspecific hybrids. So we can get hybrids from the plants. Next is, it is very useful in those cases where the seeds are dormant or sleeping seeds. So in that cases, the seeds can be cultured. The embryo of these seeds are taken, they are cultured, and micropropagation is done. Now we will be discussing about the limitations of tissue culture. First and the important factor is, we all know that it requires a lot of scientific expertise. Next is, it cannot be applied to all the cases. Finally, we also know that since it requires scientific expertise, it is not applicable in remote agricultural areas. So this is all about artificial vegetative propagation. Thank you all. God bless you.